Hey there, yogis. How are ya? My name is Crystal Gray. I'm the creator of the Yoga Goddess Academy. And today I wanted to show you how to go from from monkey pose into Chaturanga. So in my Facebook group, the Yoga Goddess Collective, I tend to ask people what do they want to learn. Because just because I am interested in a certain pose doesn't mean that you guys are interested in a certain pose. So make sure if you're not in that group that you join that group and let me know what you want to learn. All right, so what we usually do is jump back from monkey pose. Now, sometimes teachers, they used to say jump from monkey pose into plank, but really most teachers nowadays are not saying to jump back into plank because it puts too much pressure whenever you're jumping back onto the shoulder joint. So it's using more of the joint for stability rather than when you jump back to Chaturanga. You're not using your joints, you're using your muscles and your arms and your shoulders and your core in order to hold it rather than just jumping back and making all that pressure on the joint. Okay, so I'll show you first and then I'll explain it a little bit. So you would do this as part of a sun salutation. So you'd inhale up, exhale, fold, inhale, monkey, hands down, exhale, Chaturanga. Okay, and then that's whenever you push through to your upward facing dog, or you'd continue down and come up to your cobra. Okay, so that's really a whole other story whenever you're talking about going from Chaturanga through to up dog. A lot of times teachers will say move through a Chaturanga and they're acting like Chaturanga is that entire movement. And Chaturanga is not a movement, Chaturanga is actually a pose. So it's just that pose here where your wrists are pretty much under the elbows. It's really hard to have them directly under, but it's going to be more like this. Okay, so you're jumping back here to Chaturanga. So it's basically like a plank with your elbows in at your sides. They're not out to the sides, they're in at the sides. So how are you going to get strong enough in order to jump back and not just fall right on your belly? I would say tons and tons and tons of push-ups, tricep push-ups, and then just holding it. Okay, so most people, whenever they come to my classes, they cannot do this, okay? With the shoulders back, they're not down, shoulders are down, you're in a straight line from the crown of the head all the way to the heels. And I get it, it's freaking hard. The only reason why I can do it is because it's my job and I do it all the time and I've been doing it for years. I've been doing yoga since like 2003, okay? So it doesn't happen overnight. This is one of the hardest things to get. So you have to get that before you can even think about jumping back. So again, you're gonna come from monkey pose. So you'll inhale up, exhale, fold, obviously not this fast. Inhale, monkey, exhale, bend the knees, jump right back to Chaturanga, and then you would push through. Okay, so how are you gonna get strong enough to hold that? Come to your plank, push forward so the shoulders are past the wrist, knees down, and then just start doing some tiny, tiny push-ups. I'll show you more sideways. Tiny, tiny push-ups. So I'm not even going down that far. I'm just bending the elbows just a little bit and up. But the elbows go back, not out, back, okay? And as you practice, you can go all the way to 90 degrees and up. What is 90 degrees? It's a right angle, okay? So it's a right angle at the elbow. So inhale down, exhale up. If that's too much for you, just go right here. Okay, now what I'm not doing is going like this. Okay, my belly's not down. You have to lift your hips up, tug your tailbone so your pelvis is neutral. You're in a straight line from the knees to the crown of the head. Now I'm tired, but I was going to show you then after you get it on your knees, then you can do it without being on the knees. So again, you could do little push-ups or big ones, much, much harder, or you can just come down and hold. There's other things you can do to start learning your Chaturanga. Put your two blocks here. Put your hands like this. Okay, your fingers like that. Be on your knees, come down. Place your shoulders there on the blocks. Boom. Lift the feet up, or lift the knees up. That'd be a trick, huh, if you could lift the feet. So from here, push the heels back, tuck the tailbone, draw the chest forward, shoulders back, tuck the chin. So those things are going to get you strong enough in order to jump back from your monkey pose or your Ardha Uttanasana. I hope that helps. This is pretty advanced. Again, it doesn't mean that you're going to be more enlightened because you can do this. You're not going to do this and be like, okay, I'm enlightened now. I don't need any other yoga poses. That's not what it's about, okay? It's about the journey, so don't stress out if you can't do this or you don't see yourself ever being able to do this. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day. Bye. Namaste.